This is chapter 1. It's called I See Nothing, I Hear Nothing, and that's the last picture ever taken of me wasted. And I was at a gay party with, they were all on E and I was on Coke. It was fun.
You were at a gay party?
Well, it was me and a bunch of men. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Sometimes people's lives change because of the smallest thing. A song, a comment, a fight, a dark night of the soul, or simply a decision. I'm just a wee bit denser than that. I'm sure there were many, many signs I was killing myself, that I was probably given thousands of opportunities to change my life and make it wonderful, but once you wash down a handful of Vicodin with a bottle or two of a full-bodied Cabernet, even reading stop signs while driving a car becomes a little tricky. I remember going for week after week to some poor therapist, sobbing about how shitty I felt, how awful my life had become, how alone I was. Now, it did occasionally occur to me that perhaps I should clue her into the fact that I'm a raging alcoholic and drug addict, but I quickly banished that ridiculous thought. I mean, that stuff is private, okay? I learned that a long, long time ago. Instead, I wasted hundreds of her hours, not to mention my cash, asking her and anyone else stupid enough to be my friend at the time the one question no one seemed able to answer. Why, oh why am I so unhappy? On the long, bleak nights when my sorrows and fears were so unbearable that no amount of pills or booze would have knocked me out, I would stare wide-eyed into the darkness, begging it for an answer. Sometimes a blurry clue would start to form, but just as it started to come into focus, it would disappear like a ghost. It teased me, always sneakily crawling way back deep inside to snuggle in the dark cavern where I hid all things I deemed unpleasant, scary, or bummers. And my father used to be obsessed with the TV show Hogan's Heroes. Alas, now you know the secret inspiration of my subtle comedic choices. On this show, there was a stupid fat German guard, Schultz, who would nervously sing, "I see nothing, I hear nothing," whenever he was accidentally made privy to the prisoner's weekly escape plans. Basically, the small remaining part of myself that was sane became Schultz, which is not saying all that much for my sanity. I avoided thinking too much about the fact that no matter what I did or how many times I managed to wean myself off pills, eventually I couldn't go more than a few excruciating days without them, or that I was feeling worse and worse every day, suffering from an agonizing bouts of searing heartburn, or that I was starting to look really, really bad. You know, it just occurred to me. I think I was beginning to look like Schultz. Oh my God. Listen, I was not always this way, damn it. I wasn't always some fat Nazi's doppelganger. I used to be the rowdy fun girl at the bar or the dinner party who was chock full of sassy, dry witticisms you might chuckle at the next day. I was very, very social, that's all. Who could have imagined that the totally together, funny, ambitious, generous, and smart girl would slowly morph into a lonely couch potato who spent her free time hiding her wine and pill bottles from her cleaning lady? True. I'm pretty sure I've been an addict since I was born, but my love affair with chemicals started in high school. I can totally slam that bottle of Wild Turkey faster than you entire basketball team. But because it ebbed and flowed throughout the years, hiya Schultz, I convinced myself that everything was fine. Or sort of fine. Kind of. Sometimes. I mean, when you're in a play and all you care about is where you're getting loaded afterwards, that's a little worrisome. But if you cannot fucking wait for the fucking audience to get over it and stop giving you a standing ovation already because you're dying to get to the bar, well then that's just another kettle of crazy. But it was all I knew, really. Plays were simply a conduit, an appetizer to the most important event of the entire day, getting hammered.